can't wait because the Epstein files still haven't been released. It's been a couple of emails, which is not the same thing.
Yeah, but they've been very spicy emails.
Well, let's see what we got. Let's see what we're looking at.
So here's the thing. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about the emails because it is fascinating to watch all these people respond to this in real time. But the Trump administration is like having meetings with their higher ups to discuss what to do about this Epstein situation. With the House is going to vote on releasing the files, so like they're doing damage control stuff for this. And it's like, this meeting is not necessary if Trump is not guilty.
Did you see that the people behind Cyanide and Happiness posted saying, "Holy shit, Donald Trump, of all people, a pedophile? Wow, a shocker. I had no idea. How could this have happened?"
Oh, yeah.
Just like, they're so tongue-in-cheek. I love this shit.
Yeah. So top Trump administration officials were planning to meet Wednesday about an effort this meeting has happened by now, about an effort in the U.S. House to force a vote on releasing the case files related to Jeffrey Epstein. A meeting is absolutely not necessary if he's not guilty. A spokesperson for the Justice Department declined to comment, and the White House did not immediately return a request for comment. So they're not saying anything about it. Justice Department files, which captured years of investigations into a child sex trafficking ring, could include details the House hasn't obtained.
Wow.
And the controversy around Epstein and his contacts with other powerful people, including Trump, has divided the Republican Party in recent months, with Boebert being among the Republican House members publicly pushing for more transparency around the case. That's what happens. When you make fighting against child sexual exploitation the thing that gets you elected, people are going to want some follow through on that. Like, these are the Pizzagate people. These are the people that went into a pizza parlor that didn't have a basement, wielding a gun, and demanding to be shown the basement where all the kids were being kept.
Yep, these people want follow through. It is what they are, it is who they are, and it is the base that not only did you cultivate, it is the base you created. Because make no mistake, the QAnon movement largely would not exist as an apparatus if not for the whims of people like Trump in the first place.
Are you suggesting there might be some astroturfing going on with that?
Ooh, maybe.
Seems likely. So Boebert, Green, and Nancy Mace have all signed on to the petition, along with the representative who is finally sworn in. Cowardly
Also,
Mike Johnson couldn't postpone that anymore.
I'm gonna throw out there for people in chat who may not know, because like the term astroturfing gets used a lot, and I think some people might not actually know what it means, but it's making a false impression that there's something that is like widespread, infectious, and problematic that everybody needs to be on board for, but it's not fucking real.
Well, by the most strictest sense of the term, it's so everybody kind of knows what a grassroots movement is.
Yeah.
So it's called astroturfing because it's fake grass. So it's a billionaire or three that are funding, like, it's the fact that PragerU is funded by the Koch brothers but pretends to be speaking for the people.
Mm-hmm. It's widespread. It's organic. It's real. Trust me, guys.
Oh, Fascinator. Haven't used the Fascinator in a while. I say that every time I put it on. And then you say...
No, I don't.
Well, you always have before now. Koch brother, singular. Yes, I'm sorry, I misspoke.
Yeah, rest in piss bozo for the other Koch brother.
We do have a couple more donations to check. So we've got Otter O says, I don't know the whole story behind the Rat Gang, but I'm for it. It's the Sexy Rat Pack. You gotta watch my Friday videos. Okay. Yeah. My hair's too short right now. I don't know what's going on up here, but the Fascinator is not cooperating. Someone donated $20 anonymously to say happy holidays to you, your family, Surasaki, and all the other viewers. Thank you for that. But it's Merry Goddamn Christmas.
It's Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, motherfucker. Yeah.
Line go up.
That.
Probably.
We're trying to make the line go up. We're at 22.15, and if we get to 26.55, I put on the Rhino onesie.
See, Marie says the Koch bros trying to influence Alberta and Canada.
I am not surprised. That is the logical place to try in Canada. Okay, so yeah, they're forcing a vote on releasing the Epstein files, which I feel like the same people that voted on the petition are going to vote to release. So I feel like that is going to pass no problem. Like we finally found a bipartisan issue.
Yeah, turns out child predators is a bipartisan issue. Who would have thunk it?
Oh, Heidi's sad. As I say, I haven't used the Fascinator recently. Heidi says, neither have I. She likes to dress up and be pretty and go out places, but we don't have anywhere to go. So we live in a little podunk town where nothing happens.
Yeah, you can go to a card shop.
Yeah, so I took my kids to a card shop yesterday.
Yeah.
And they were running they didn't have any tables for us because they were running a Beyblades tournament.
Okay.
And that was the only card shop in Niagara Falls. And so then we came to Fort Erie to the card shop that's here. They closed at 7 p.m. So it's like, okay, we could sit down and play a third of a game of Magic.
I'm not going to lie, I've been noticing more shops lately that have these really early closing hours, and it confuses the fuck out of me. Because, like, as a nerd, my waking hours are not conducive to store closes at 7 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah, nope, it doesn't make any sense. Olivia Williams says they are behind the separatist movement in Alberta. Yeah, that surprises me not at all.
Fantastic. So let's see here. So you said that some spicy stuff has already been uncovered in the files. Is that alluded to in the article at all, or?
I don't know. So yeah, most of what the article is talking about is how. So first off, the way this petition is happening almost never actually passes if the leadership of the House is against it. So the fact that this actually passes is kind of historic in and of itself. But also the Caroline Levitt said, so she defended the administration's effort to block moves in the U.S. House to try to compel the release of the Epstein files, arguing that the administration is committed to transparency. Because clearly transparency means not letting you see anything.
I mean, it's what they're going to say as a default, pretty much universally. We're committed to transparency. Yeah. Okay, what does that look like?
Yeah, so this doesn't talk about the spicy stuff. But some of the spicy stuff in the emails, the main one that I've been seeing is there was one talking about how Trump was in Epstein's house with one of the victims. That her name was redacted in the actual email, but the
Agamotto, thank you for giving me your points for
just full on said her name at the press conference about it. So that is all kinds of fucked up. But basically, Trump was in Epstein's house with a known victim of Epstein alone for several hours, and then this was an email between Ghislaine and Jeffrey talking about how, like, oh, Trump is one of the dogs that doesn't bark,
but he's a hit dog who's barking right now.
Yeah, well, so the spin that I've seen on this from the right is that, like, oh, Trump is actually the hero here because he's the dog that doesn't bark. He did not fall for the trap. Clearly that victim was bait and Trump did not fall for it. Because that's what dog who didn't bark means. It couldn't possibly be referring to the thing that dogs are mostly used for, in barking to show where a thing is.
So he's the... I think
by not barking, he's helping them hide it.
I do think that it's referring to a hit dog always barks. Like, that's what I think that they're referring to.
I am not familiar with that.
Okay, so the term a hit dog always barks or a hit dog always yelps is that people do not react unless you have successfully struck a nerve. So, like, the Trump administration reacting and having to do all kinds of planning because of the files potentially being released, that is the hit dog barking. They are the hit dog. We successfully hit. Yeah, Sakura says a hit dog will holler. Exactly. It's a hit dog will holler, a hit dog will yelp, a hit dog will bark. Like, it's just the point of a person having a reaction to a thing is indicative of them being hit.
So what would it mean in the sense of, like, he was alone with someone I am sex trafficking for multiple hours and he didn't bark? How would you interpret that?
How would I interpret it?
Yeah.
So there's two ways to look at it. The way that you mentioned, the one where this is a person who did not squeal effectively, which would be really fucking shitty. And then there's the other way of looking at it where, oh, well, he wasn't actually one of the people who was causing harm to this victim. That's why he didn't respond. That's why he didn't say anything. He didn't know. That would have been the way that I would see them trying to spin that.
Yeah, I don't think that really makes sense, because, like, that doesn't seem like the kind of thing that would be discussed between Jeffrey and Ghislaine. That would be like, I don't know. That doesn't strike me as the plausible one.
Okay, that's entirely fair.
Especially given the reaction of like calling damage control meetings about how they're going to deal with the files.
Yeah, at that point they are the hit dogs who are in fact barking because they're calling damage control. That's the fucking Yelp. You don't call damage control unless you think there's some damage to be done.
Yeah. Okay. Well, shall we move on to the next story?
Oh, I thought there was going to be more about the Epstein thing. This is the thing that
I didn't want to spend too much time on child abuse.
I understand that. I also understand this is like the big thing that people have been clamoring for. But
this is also it's an actively developing story. So like there were still new developments happening as I was putting the stream together, and like I don't want to jump the gun and say something untrue.
No, that's entirely fair. That is entirely fair.
We'll probably cover this in more detail next week.
Yeah, it would be a real shame if we had to say, like, I don't know, something weird like Donald Trump's a pedophile and then find out that maybe that's not entirely true. Except that I'm willing to hang my hat on it.
The evidence points where it points, man.
Yeah, the evidence points where it points, and the evidence is unfortunately
the hit dog's hollering.
It would be weird if we had to say something controversial like the President of the United States is a convicted rapist.
Yeah. I mean, he's not criminally convicted, just civilly liable.
But he is, in fact,
a convicted rapist. Yeah, that is a true statement. God, do you remember back when fucking the tan suit was a big deal?
Yeah, look, I remember when sexual scandal in the White House looked like Bill Clinton getting a blowjob. Not a fucking rape case.
If the glove fits, you must arrest. I'm not sure that that's quite how that went.
If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. Hey, you made it to the end. I want to give an extra thanks to the patrons who allow me to do this full time. I want to thank Aaron Rail, Astral, Britzkrieg, Jemshin, Poundini, Red Joker, Victoria, Jonas, Craig, Tarika, Fireshard, Smiling GM, John, Dren Hadamada, Creeper, Sagitta, you know I'm not saying that last part, Valis of Seraph, Ottoman Angel, Rooster Rachel, and Fire Panda, who are all my $20 and up patrons.